asked a question, what does the blue sign indicate? Sangeeta, would you like to take this question?
Sure. So the blue sign approved when we see the mark on any fabric or textile, let us understand that blue sign is the company which gives approval on the usage of the chemical that is that actually is used for extracting the dyes naturally. So they approve the use of the chemicals. So you just cannot go ahead and use any chemical and take it out, but blue sign, if you get a blue sign approval, remember that it is a natural dye or the natural extract, and the chemical that was used to extract this was approved and is not harmful for your skin.
Great.
But health wise, how do I navigate? Like when I see the label which says 75% cotton, 25% polyester or spandex, like supposedly in jeans also it says for the stretchability, it adds a little bit of. How do I, as a layman, how do I navigate how much percentage is okay for my body to wear? Ideally, I understand 100% cotton would be the best thing for me to wear, but that is practically not always viable. So, as a layman, how do I navigate how much percentage is okay for me to start with at least before I get to the point where I'm able to avoid these things, which will be a difficulty in short term. But as a layman, how do I do this? Like you just showed a chart which showed spandex and lycra has these particular chemicals. So theoretically, I understand, but practically, how do I inculcate into my everyday life to make better choices?
See, 100% cotton is definitely the first choice, Parul. Now, there
Mm-hmm.
is always this thing called as the count of a fabric, right? Count and construction. So, count and construction are two important parameters of a fabric. Now that you are also into textiles, you would be knowing about the term called as count and construction. So, knowing the count and construction of a fabric, first of all, this is like for everyone's information. First of all, we use knowing that parameter, you will definitely get to know what is that your fabric is made of. Now, the second thing is that when we say that a transition, so for example, you are wearing this lycra, spandex, and all, and then transitioning to 100% cotton. So, when we do a transition, it takes some time to get rid of what we are wearing to a natural fabric. Now, that is definitely a slow process, and it can. By all means, I would never say that even a 80% cotton is also good. I'll always say that 100% cotton is good. Now, but the slow transition is still okay. You can start with 75-80% of cotton and then move on to 100% of cotton. uh, but whatever is said and done, 100% cotton is the preferable, like you see bamboo cotton or you see muslin. So these are different varieties of cotton that you can wear, and muslin, for example, gives a very soft finish. So these are the fabrics that you can prefer for your skin, I would say, Parul. You are also getting into some kind of business, I would strongly say that do educate your customers. And because a lot of people have this phobia when it comes to 100% cotton or handloom, they think that it is very hard or it is only for aged people, or I would not look young. You must be seeing a lot of entrepreneurs these days developing handloom in all kind of forms, in westernized styles and all of it. And let me tell you a fact that westerners love wearing those 100% cottons more than they love wearing all of this. And there is another thing as well, Parul, for your information. uh, Recycled plastics are actually sustainable fabrics. So that is why,
Okay.
yeah, so
And
that is.
is it okay health wise as well? Are those
Yes.
not endocrine disruptors anymore?
Yes, no, no, no. They are not EDCs at all. So you must be seeing that many entrepreneurs are also venturing into upcycled fabrics, right? Upcycled and recycled ones. So
Even
these,
shoes, yeah.
yes, so these are
Mhm.
good fabrics. Now, why these are good fabrics? Because while upcycling and recycling, they actually take away the the chemicals, and they actually upcycle it, which means that from a from too much of chemical, from a chemical based fabric, they take out the bad chemicals and leave the good ones behind. And again, upcycled and recycled ones are certified fabrics, so they also go
Okay.
under a process of certification.
Okay.
So mostly you should look forward to God certified. Lot of companies are going for this God certified. That's why I said that the moment you see this QR code, the in your fabrics or in your garments, you can scan it and you can see that whether the fabric was actually the fabric company is God certified or not. So if
All
it
right.
is not God's, remember, if it is not God's, it's not a sustainable fabric at all.
And I also had this one query, like legally, there are laws which requires companies producing clothes to disclose their content, like the
Yes.
amount of cotton or whatever has gone into the garment.
Yeah.
But do companies ethically do this? Like
Yes.
complete transparency. So I can trust the label which says how much of what is there.
Yes, you can. Say, for example, if you are wearing realism, right? If you have a realism in your wardrobe, if you can just bring it, you can see that in the wash care label, there are a lot of labels that they attach. In one of the labels, they would have disclosed the count and construction of the fabric. So they would have written 98% polyester, 2% elastin. So
Mhm.
most of these fabrics are realism uses are all poly based fabrics. So they clearly write it. So it is a mandatory directive from the government that without disclosing the count and construction, you cannot sell a brand. Now, for the unbranded ones, you definitely don't see the count and construction over there. But then, people like us, we stay away from the unbranded ones. So but mostly all the branded ones, it is compulsory to display the count and construction of the fabric, and you can actually believe them, because definitely they don't disclose the wrong ones. As again, the fabrics that are used go under a process of testing. They are called as FPTs and GPTs. So fabric go under a process of testing, which is this fabric processing test, out of which the construction is verified and signed by a lab. And then we have GPT, which is called as garment processing testing. They also go through a lab testing and again signed by the lab. So if somebody comes and claims that the construction is not correct, then there is definitely the consumer court is going to take action, and definitely brands want to stay away from all these issues and hurdles. Again, the difference between modal, micro modal, and cotton is like they use the same yarn. It is a sustainable yarn that they use, but again, the weave is different. So it is just the difference in weave.